In this podcast episode, I'm going to explain the step number 2, create a list of relevant achievements of the 7-step method, Fastlane to the Perfect Job, I have developed to maximize the success of my coaching clients. If you haven't watched the pilot episode yet, in which I give an overview of the whole approach, I recommend watching that episode first before coming back to this one. You will find the link to it in the video description. Hello and welcome to my podcast channel. I'm Michael Kaiser. I work as an international career coach and I help managers and specialists get the job they want with a new employer abroad. As I explained in several of my earlier episodes, the mere mentioning of previous tasks and responsibilities in your CV or resume is not sufficient to convince the hiring managers of your competencies. Unfortunately, most applicants make this mistake. For a truly selling representation of your relevant experiences, you must also always convey the respective achievements and thus show the benefit of your work to your former employers. In other words, you need to show how you contributed to the success of the organizations in particular. This principle applies to all stages of your application process. It concerns how you should write your CV or resume as much as how to present yourself in the job interview, and it is the only good way to support your salary expectations by reasonable arguments. That requires you to become aware of all your relevant accomplishments, positive results, successes, or whatever other term you prefer to describe the value you've created for your employers to date. As many job seekers tend to struggle with that, it is a good idea to sort out this task on its own before you need these important pieces of information time and time again at the later stages. This is why you should create your list of successes now. This list must only contain positive results of your work for previous employers. In other words, no tasks, responsibilities, or activities. All entries must be relevant to the defined focus of your job search. And the list should be as long as possible, ideally complete. You can always decide later if you want to use a particular entry, combine it with others, or leave it out, depending on the context. So, your entries describing your work as a database administrator, for example, shouldn't read like this: wrote SQL queries and generated sales reports. That statement mentions only activities. A usable entry would read like this: created approximately 120 complex SQL statements querying up to 10 major Oracle RDBMS databases simultaneously from March to November 2023. Here's another one. Generated 850 plus retail sales analysis reports in Microsoft Dynamics 365 in 4 different formats for management accounting purposes during the first half of 2023, and so on. It may take a little while to remember everything and to get together all the relevant details, but once you're done, you'll be amazed to see how much you can bring to the table. With this list at hand, you'll be ready to write a great CV or resume as the next step and later go for job interviews and enter salary negotiations well prepared. By the way, once your list has been completed, it is a good idea to periodically go back to it and quickly add the latest accomplishments so that it will stay up to date and you'll never have much work to do on it again. If you want step-by-step guidance on how to create your list of successes, my email course, How to Write a Power CV or Resume, features that in a dedicated lesson. You will find the link to it in the video description. Or, if you would like me to help you with your job search in person as a professional career coach, I'll be very happy to support you. If this is of interest to you, go to my website and click on the big button to apply for a free orientation call with me. In this call, we will analyze your current situation and needs in detail, and we will also find out how I can help you best to reach your goals fast. There is also our LinkedIn group for managers and specialists on the way to their dream job abroad, where you can network with others on this wonderful journey and receive further tips and tricks on the matter several times a week. If you're not a member yet, we hope to welcome you today. If you haven't subscribed to this podcast channel yet, now is the perfect time to do so. Make sure to also activate the bell in order not to miss out on any new episodes in the future. I'd appreciate it a lot if you leave me a like, as this helps others to discover this channel as well. And please leave me a comment with your thoughts, questions and suggestions for future episodes. That's it for today. As always, I wish you the very best for your job search abroad, and I'll be back here very soon.